It.
Alright, and we're recording, guys.
Welcome to the Naruto recap. Believe it.
I hate all of you.
Come on, Sky. Do it. It's fun.
No. Hey, what's
Believe
going
it.
That was... Go, don't quit your day job. Anyway.
Believe it.
Anyway. Hey, what's going on, guys? Super Sky Shaman here today doing a weird topic with some goons in the Discord. I got True Master of Games, and then I also have some other, one of my IRL fools, Brandon. And like I said, we are going to be talking about
The Naruto rewrite.
how we would rewrite Naruto. It would have been how I rewrite Naruto, but these people, at least one of them anyway, has some pretty good ideas.
Hey, man, you invited me along.
Exactly, because you knew about stuff. Nobody said you had good ideas, though. But that's what it'd be. Alright, so we might as well start at the beginning of the... We might as well start at the beginning of this series.
The Big Bang, and the Big Bang happened, and then...
God damn it.
I hate you.
You said start at the beginning, what?
No, that's not the beginning I'm talking about. What?
I'm...
Gosh, you're trash. Yeah, you know what? No, you're just trash. You're really
No, wait, no. I'm sorry. It's not the Big Bang. First, the goddess Kaguya.
Oh my.
Oh my god!
Landed in an alien spaceship or something.
What?
That's the real. Oh no, this is the real question. How did Kaguya?
Wasn't
get
Kaguya
there?
an alien or something?
Yes, Kaguya is an
Yeah,
alien. But we are going to be tackling the first. We're going to be tackling the start of Naruto. Granted, this is only with this. Everything that we're saying is only being aided by the benefit of hindsight. We all love Naruto to death. Well, I love Naruto to death. It's my favorite anime of all time. I don't know about Prieto. Prieto hates everything.
It's one of my favorites.
And
Naruto is great.
we're going to be talking about this with the glorious advantage that is hindsight, and we're going to be acting with with pretty much an infinite budget. Everything is going to be going
Remember,
right.
hindsight's 2020.
Right.
We have like knowledge of how everything turned out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We know what worked and what didn't. So this is not like us bashing on Kishimoto's writing.
With that said, please support their official release, obviously. And let us begin. So, the story would start off with the village hidden in the leaves. A special baby was born, but nobody liked this baby. And that baby was Naruto, the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed fox.
That's a hell way for it.
Yes.
Boy, nobody liked this baby. Sky, master of summaries.
So, the first thing we're going to change is the whole underdog motif. Naruto...
Okay, yeah. So we talked about this, and the whole underdog motif of Naruto doesn't really work with later information that we get.
So what we went with is that instead of making Naruto an underdog, he is just going to be an outsider. Nobody wants to deal with this kid except for like a choice few people that knew his parents.
Because he literally has like a walking nuke walking inside of
He
him.
literally is a walking nuclear dispenser.
Unlimited power.
So
And you gotta remember, like, what, a lot of people died when the Nine Tails attacked.
a lot of people.
So
Yeah.
resentment would exist.
Yeah.
And so that's why we went
Yeah.
with the whole outsider motif. The only people that would even want to deal with him would be the people that would be the choice few people at the top that knew his parents and the legitimacies of his birth, and the only person that would know that would be the third
The
Hokage.
third, Jiraiya, and maybe Kakashi.
And those you had to, like Iruka.
So, with that said, the second thing that I would change is that his caretaker would be the third Hokage.
Yeah. Well,
Because it makes more sense than like in canon. Who raised Naruto?
Nobody.
Who taught him how to like write and read?
Read,
It's
write. So it's still going to be for the most part that he lives alone, but every now and again, actually, quite often actually, the third Hokage would visit him and would spend time with him and then teach him all of these things. So by the day, he would be doing his.
If I may,
whenever he had free time, he would.
For Jiraiya to have come in earlier to actually be the one to look after Naruto, whether in secret or not, because of the fact that Minato was one of Jiraiya's five students. Yes. So
that was actually my idea. I had the idea of instead of the third doing it, the third could also like drop in every now and then, but Jiraiya would also be like kind of a father figure. Yeah, he wouldn't be like his father. He would just, because Jiraiya's almost never in the village, so whenever he would stop by, they know each other. But it's like that uncle that you know who stops by every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would make more sense. And it would make sense for Jiraiya to come in earlier, whether it's in secrecy from Naruto or Naruto knows him outright. It would make sense for Jiraiya to have a hand in it.
So, to salvage a little bit of the story, so we go so we don't completely change everything. I would say that Jiraiya would be known, but like Brandon said, it would basically be hey, it'd be that family member that you've seen before, but so few times that you barely even know.
He's basically to Naruto gonna be the traveling father trope
because he's not in the village, and the fact that I would say, Hiruzen Sarutobi, the third Hokage,
yeah.
The person who trained Jiraiya would know personally, I wouldn't want my kid hanging around with him.
Jiraiya's the godfather, but he would mess this kid up if he raced him.
Exactly.
I just imagine like the third Hokage going, wait, he's the one in his character. No.
And the third
I think in canon, the reason Jiraiya never bothered to look after him was because he has that spy agency.
Exactly.
That he has to watch out over.
Quote unquote agency.
Yeah. So basically, Jiraiya is a Sanin, a Jonin Anbu. He was an Anbu. He was an Anbu. So technically, he was doing Anbu level things. So
just doesn't have time to spend sitting down raising a kid.
And with all of that said, Hiruzen by night would visit Naruto, because I mean, and it's also plausible because the man's got shadow clones. The man's mastered every jutsu in the village.
Yep.
So every now and again he could take a cheat day and then pop a shadow clone to either go see Naruto or have the shadow clone do his work while he personally tends to Naruto's growth.
Here's the question though. We have to look at something real quick. The psychology of Naruto. If we assume he had this support, would he still be as much of a troublemaker?
Yes.
The version I went with would be Jiraiya and the third Hokage would drop in whenever they could, but again, they're busy people, so it would be like a once a month kind of thing, not a daily thing.
Maybe like a once every 2 weeks, or something like that. And to whenever he gets in trouble, be brought to the third Hokage and be like, "Come on, man, again?" Full said,
yeah, slap on the wrist kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's where Iruka still comes in as the big brother figure.
When he eventually is admitted into the academy. So instead of saying that he was held back 3 times, let's just say that his enrollment into that was into the Ninja Academy was special. So he was able to get in just like everybody else, but he was only able to either delayed or was only able to slide by. Let's say that he had terrible grades. He didn't fail too hard to where he would get held back, but so instead of saying he failed his final exam multiple times and then got held back, let's just say that he failed multiple exams. And
if I may bring up something from later to support some of this, we learn later on that one of Naruto's biggest problems, we learned from Chakra's explanations of Chakra, that Naruto's biggest problem is that while he has a lot of chakra, he puts way too much power in his moves.
It's who taught Konohamaru, that Ebisu guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the dub he explained it as like trying to put like drops of water through a faucet where it's just too much is coming out at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't have any control over it.
Because
he just yeah, he's using way too much chakra for basic stuff that he shouldn't.
Exactly, because he doesn't know how to control it. He has way too much power, technically speaking.
Exactly.
Can't hold back. It's like 100 or nothing kind of thing.
Exactly. So he's basically like Deku with All for One when he first got it.
Yeah. Hence why we need the training, which we'll touch on later on.
So once he does get into the academy, he is put under the tutelage of Iruka. But because Iruka's parents also died in the attack, he doesn't like Naruto much either. So he's ridiculously hard on him. It is only in the short amount of time that in between him being a student and also him getting his shinobi thing is when he starts to appreciate Naruto, because he says Naruto has some says some stuff or does some things that resonates with Iruka in his soul.
Yeah, because it's actually heavily implied that the respect that Iruka's had throughout the first episode was gained through time, not instant.
Exactly. So,
because Naruto was alone just like he was, so he had empathy.
And eventually that overshot the whole, you are the thing that destroyed them thing, because he eventually grew sight of, oh, you might possess it, but you are not it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just like me.
The whole thing of him stealing the scroll and getting the Shadow Clone Jutsu is going to be unchanged, because honestly, it makes sense. Nobody would have expected this kid to get that scroll.
The only thing I would change about that would be changing what the whole cloning thing does. So like normal cloning stuff, they like poof away from touching stuff, but shadow clones are like actual clones. Like they can pick stuff up and do things with.
Reverse.
Okay.
That's the reverse.
Okay, so
another thing.
But it's kind of like normal clones are like illusions, while shadow clones are like actual, like physically there. They can like attack and pick up stuff.
Yeah, but we also must explain something else. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the reason for that is because why wouldn't every person try to learn this technique if it was that useful?
Exactly.
And yet it was in the scroll forbidden.
Especially later on when you discover the secret of the Shadow Clone Jutsu and like why it's one of the most broken things in the series.
But yeah, also.
Okay, wait. One more thing that I was going to touch on, True Master, and that would be, it wasn't the Shadow Clone Jutsu that was in the Forbidden Scroll. It was the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu that was in that scroll.
Right.
But there is a question though. The multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, Naruto is able to pull off that monstrous amount his first time using it.
Not the first time. He spent that entire night. Actually,
he spent the entire night trying to do it. They found him like hours later.
We find later he has trouble conjuring even less than that.
Exactly. So what? So the thing is, it was either that night that they found out the scroll was taken, or early that, or
Earlier.
Actually no, because I remember the night before, Mitsuki came in and was like, "Hey, you want to do this thing?" And I said, "Oh, okay."
Oh, yeah.
And then, so you fast forward a day. They fast forward a day. They find out, oh, the thing has been stolen that like the night after, and then they spent hours trying to find him.
Yeah.
So he had an entire day and night to train that.
Still begs the question though of how it is that at subsequent uses he was not able to get that high of amount as easily. He struggled getting even a lower amount.
I always assumed that the reason is because he was in a really angry state because Iruka was like about to die, and so he called upon the QE chakra subconsciously. But that's how I reasoned it.
The problem with that, though, is the fact that it's implied that until the Land of Waves mission, he had no access to chakra, and it was a full set seal. It didn't crack until that mission.
Alright, so this is what I'm going to say. Remember about how he didn't know how to control the Shadow Clone Jutsu, the regular Shadow Clone Jutsu, right? He was putting in too much energy and getting not enough out, right?
Yeah.
Remember what the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu does?
Oh.
It makes like hundreds of...
It can make hundreds. He made about 50 clones when he beat Mitsuki. And he spent all day. You could say this was the first jutsu that he ever put actual effort into doing. And all of those clones gave him an outlet for all of that chakra. So instead of forcing all of that power into a pipe, you just get a bigger pipe and pour all that power, and then mastering the multi shadow clone jutsu gave him perspective. That was like, oh, that's how much chakra that takes to make a regular shadow clone. So since he mastered something harder, he could now go back and reverse engineer the other one, the normal shadow clone jutsu, and that's how you could say that he mastered. Yes, and that's only because he had stupid amounts of chakra at that point in time because he was Uzumaki.
Now, I would also have it where he's pretty much the only one who can make like physical, or one of the only people who can make physical clones because of the amount he has.
Unlike Kakashi,
so
we see later with Kakashi.
Later on, we see like almost every other high-level ninja use that jutsu, which is supposed to be forbidden.
Well, I'm gonna like take what you did and then reconstruct it, because like I said, the Shadow Clone Jutsu and the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu are two different jutsu.
Yeah.
So you can make it to where, as Naruto is the only Genin from what we've seen to know the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu.
That's what I meant. I meant like Genin. I meant Genin, not like every.
You can do the Shadow Clone Jutsu. So meaning that they can at max create 5 to 10 clones. 10 being the maximum. You can create 10 other clones, and the Multi-Shadow Clone is 10 plus.
Yeah.
So,
in other words, as long as you have the chakra, you can make whatever
you want. So everybody can use the Shadow Clone Jutsu, but only Naruto and a few others, people that have that chakra amount. That's the reason. The Shadow Clone,
like Kisame and people like those.
That's the reason the multi Shadow Clone Jutsu is forbidden, is because it takes so much chakra that you could literally kill yourself doing it.
Would Kakashi still be able to use it though?
There was some throwaway line in the early episodes saying like Naruto had like 4 times the amount of chakra Kakashi had, even without using the Nine Tails.
Yeah, exactly. So Kakashi in the Land of Waves would be able to create a maximum of 10 clones, which would still be enough to threaten all of those goons.
Because that's the thing about, like, Kakashi says that he was able to make a lot of clones with the last strands of chakra, but he could not have them do anything. Which would imply that movement as well takes up the clone's chakra. So
that's why I changed it, so you can make like clones, but they're intangible. Like the moment you touch them, they're illusions, basically, like mirages.
Yeah, so he could be.
They're not genjutsu. They're like
illusions. They're hollow
illusions.
Clones. They're hollow.
They can't do anything. But like the shadow clone jutsu in my version would be like they are actual clones. They can like learn stuff, pick things up, and that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So you could have Kakashi in Land of Waves perform the clone jutsu, not the shadow clone jutsu, the clone jutsu,
because he doesn't have the chakra to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like say the shadow clone requires like 10 times the chakra of a normal cloning jutsu.
Exactly.
Or like 20 times or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like only people with like that much chakra would ever be able to even potentially use it.
Going onward to the Academy, like I said, he's going to his is going to be delayed. He's still going to meet up with Kakashi and still have Sasuke and all that other foolishness.
The bell test.
Bell test is still going to happen. The Land of Waves is still going to happen.
What about Konohamaru's thing?
Oh, Konohamaru is going to be introduced. Isn't he? He's introduced. I think
he's introduced right after Mitsuki.
Okay.
I think it's the second episode that he's introduced in.
Yeah. And so
I'm looking at the arc list right now. Konohamaru comes before the formation of Team 7.
Okay, and so you could basically have him have a little rivalry because you could have him. You could see that he's
because
getting
the third was so worried about Naruto growing up that he didn't really give that much attention to him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and that would make it. Oh, that would change the dynamic entirely of everything Konohamaru does.
exactly.
Because-
Moving on.
Would you have it where they know each other already, so like they already have this pre-established
Yep.
relationship going
Yep.
on?
I mean, why wouldn't he?
That would,
Or at least for
like,
the-
like,
at least
an,
for the-
like annoying little brother and another annoying little brother.
And then that's what their relationship is start off being. Moving on, yeah, we still have the belt test. Going on to Land of Waves arc. You can still have, because honestly, that arc was ridiculous.
It's still weird.
Oh, by the way, Sky, do you want to tell them about that idea we came up with about the jutsus
What jutsu?
and how we would explain?
Yes. Talk to him.
Uh,
Talk to him. Talk to him.
okay, so have you ever watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Who hasn't?
Right. So you know those the midway slides where they go Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Maybe like in the show during those parts you put like the jutsu that they're using. So you put like when Sasuke uses the fireball jutsu, you get like the halfway point. You put Naruto, and then you have like the fireball jutsu, B rank fire jutsu or something.
Right, yes.
Like what they do in My Hero Academia with explaining the quirks. Yeah.
Right, yeah,
So
like that.
You could do that for both jutsu. You could do that for other concepts such as for village information. You can give out You can give out ninja stats for characters.
So like with those little like slides, like if it's a manga version, you could have it like, oh, the first page of the manga is explaining a jutsu that happened last time.
Yeah.
Or in the anime, you can have it where, oh, the midway thing
Yep.
is the explanation. That way you don't have to be like every single time, oh, this jutsu is really powerful. Just trust us on that.
You mean like what they did in Death Note with the rules of the Death Note at every
Yeah, kind of like that. Or have you ever watched JoJo?
Attack on Titan. They did that method
Attack
a
on
lot.
Titan.
More.
Yeah, like that.
They even have an in-universe method they could use for the title cards. If you remember during tuning exams, ninja info cards.
Exactly. So the ninja.
Yeah, those, yeah. See, that's perfect.
The ninja info cards or the Ninja Academy or the Ninja Academy board or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, those are perfect for that.
Exactly.
That way you don't have to like stop what's happening to explain, oh, the fireball jutsu is a really strong B rank fire jutsu.
Another thing that I would like to bring up is the chakra natures. We would bring up the chakra natures relatively early. And well, at least to the audience. Like the first time Sasuke uses the fireball technique, you could have Kakashi have a little one-off line. What? A Genin being able to use fire style? One of the five chakra natures? So
yeah, it's actually really weird how late into the series we're introduced to that stuff or explain that stuff. Like, oh, there are five nature transformations. This is how you make combinations. This is how.
Yeah, I don't think they ever.
You find out
why Kakashi said that apparently a Genin should not be able to use fire style.
Because they're not supposed to know about chakra natures. They're not supposed to know about chakra natures until tuning rank.
Right.
Especially a Genin that's fresh out of the academy.